What's up, everybody? Welcome to Assassin's Creed 3 commentary. Bringing you this commentary here. This is a continuation of Sequence 3, where we are coming up on Braddock's Expedition, which we'll learn a little bit more about here and a little bit after this cutscene here, whenever it starts up for me. There it is.
The cold, cold ground. Here, here.
Hickey looks like a fun guy to be around.
Hard at work, I see.
How did you...
It is time. We've set up camp to the north. Meet me there.
Gentlemen, let us away.
So in the previous video, we learned that General Braddock, who was the British commander of the military, their regular army in the colonies during the French and Indian War, released at the beginning of it.
First it was too cold, now it's too goddamn
He
hot.
was marching to Fort Duquesne. Fort Duquesne was situated at the fork of the Allegheny and the Manhattan. I'm going to mess up the name, I know it.
Warm weather and bugs are soon to be the least
But
of
the
our worries.
Monongahela. Jeez, oh Pete, you'd think, living where I do, you'd think I'd be able to pronounce that better. Anyways, that's where those two rivers forked in. That's where the start of the Ohio River is. I believe it's actually near, or in like downtown Pittsburgh now.
I imagine the Bulldogs none too
So
pleased after
he was on their way. There was a French fort. He was sending the leading expedition out there to basically take the fort from the French.
I expect he'll be welcomed
The
back
expedition
with
didn't
open
quite
arms.
go as planned, though, as you will see here.
which would give us a man inside.
Precisely.
Unless you've underestimated our enemy.
If I have, Charles will sense it first and make his escape. He's more clever than you think.
When this is done, I'm taking a week in New York. It's high time I went and saw the sights.
I see you've been busy.
All these men are from many different tribes, united in their desire to see Braddock sent away. The Abenaki, the Lenape, the Shawnee.
And you? Who do you stand for?
Myself.
What would you have me do?
Will you help the others to prepare? Follow.
As you'll see here soon,
They come.
see General Washington there.
Everything all right, sir?
Just savoring the moment. No doubt, many wonder why it is we've pushed so far west. These are wild lands, as yet untamed and unsettled. But it shall not always be so. In time, our holdings will no longer suffice. And that day is closer than you think. We must ensure our people have ample room to grow and further prosper. Which means we need more land. The French understand this and endeavor to prevent such growth. They skirt around our territory, erecting forts and forging alliances, awaiting the day they might strangle us with the noose they've built. This must not come to pass. We must sever the cord and send them back. This is why we ride. To offer them one last chance. The French will leave. Or they will die!
Now's the time to strike.
Wait. To scatter the expedition is not enough. We must ensure that Braddock falls, else he's sure to try again. I'll disguise myself as one of his own and make my way to his side. Your ambush will provide the perfect cover for me to deliver the killing blow.
So yes, George Washington was with Braddock during his expedition here in 1755. He was actually, Washington was a colonel and commanding officer of the Virginia militia at the time. However, with the British regulars, he didn't really hold any rank at all. He was more of the, he was more considered Braddock's senior American aide on this expedition, because Washington had been in this area before, having established Fort Necessity. Of course, he was captured by the French in the battle for that. Here you'll see this objective right here to, or the optional objective for full sync here. You have to kill 2 of the regulars before you actually engage them in open combat. So sneaking around right there, hopping in there, you'll be able to assassinate the one, and then while you're in there, you just tweet out a little whistle. Another one will come over. You'll be able to assassinate him from inside and complete the optional objective for full sync. There's another optional objective which we will get to here in a little bit. Once I go ahead and I come out of that little haystack there to engage the regulars. 40 Duquesne was very important to the French, and it was important to the British as well, because of its location at the fort for the Monongahela and the Allegheny Rivers. It basically it would control all trade in the frontier at the time. Whoever held that fort, with other explorers, frontiersmen, and the Native Americans who lived in the areas at the time. So on to the expedition here. As if you may or may not know, Braddock's expedition actually came under fire. It wasn't, never reached Fort Duquesne. They what happened was the English and French and Indian forces actually kind of like bumped into each other while out on the road, while Braddock was approaching the fort. The French and Indian forces, they didn't have a chance to set up an ambush for them. Braddock was actually, he was in command of 1,300 soldiers and officers.
You are grateful to have, sir.
On this expedition here, and they lost, either through death or casualties, almost 900 people in here in this engagement.
Edward. Not so fun on the other end of the barrel, is it?
Look out!
Oh, and there's Charles Lee again. Alright, this next part is kind of tricky, alright? If you're not really familiar with it, okay, you have to destroy 3 barrels, you have to shoot them. Alright, you don't have to go too fast, but you do have to keep up with Braddock. I suggest in all that, just tap it on the triangle, don't try and do any, actual aiming with the L1. Or anything like that. As soon as you see it highlighted, maybe just like slow down or stop and just let loose, fire away at it. That was the second barrel right there that you destroyed. Make sure that you reload your pistol on that before you come past this area right here. You'll come up and you'll see there's the third wagon right there. Slow down, take a shot at it, blast it. That is your third powder crate, and that completes that optional objective for the full synchronization. Now you just have to hurry up and catch up with Braddock.
I never took you for a coward, Edward.
Come on, then! Such arrogance. I always knew it would be the end of you. Is the end of you.
Don't. Hurry before he gets away! I said go!
Obviously, you see, we're getting ready to kill General Braddock here. What actually happened was during the battle, Braddock was shot from his horse. He was mortally wounded. He didn't die until several days later. Interesting note, though, Washington, basically, he took up command of the rear guard of the British retreat, keeping the troops rallied and everything, and keeping them from routing completely.
Why, Hatham?
Your death opens a door. It's nothing personal. Well, maybe it is a little personal. Been a pain in my ass, after all.
But we are brothers in arms.
Once, perhaps. No longer.
Do you think I've forgotten what you did? All those innocents slaughtered, and for what? It does not engender peace to cut your way to resolution.
Wrong. Whether we applied the sword more liberally and more often, the world would be a better place than it is today.
In this instance,
I concur.
When General Braddock died during the retreat, a few days after he was injured and after the battle,
Farewell.
he gave Washington his ceremonial sash that he used to wear with his battle uniform. And it's really interesting to note that Washington carried this sash with him through the rest of his days. The entire time he was commanding the Colonial Army, while he was president, and you can actually see this sash at Mount Vernon right now today.
Now I've upheld my part of the bargain. I expect that you will honor yours.
Follow me.
Hey, this place looks familiar.
No. No!
You seem disappointed.
I thought that I held a key that would open something here.
This room is all there is.
I expected more. What do they mean?
It tells the story of Yodzizu, who came into their world and shaped it for what life might come. She had a hard journey, fraught with great loss and peril. But she believed in her children and what they might achieve. And though she is long gone from the physical world, her eyes still watch over us. Her ears still hear our words. Her hands still guide us. And her love still gives us strength.
You've shown me great kindness, dear. Thank you. I should go.
And that finishes up sequence 3 there, at least as regards to our actual, objectives that we need to do for full synchronization. However, we're gonna head and we're gonna wrap this up here because there's not really much left to do in regards to sequence 3 at all. Just making sure we get to our final destination here to complete the mission out. So here we are coming back to the Green Dragon for our final little cutscene here, and talk a little bit about what we find out in here as soon as we get done watching the cutscene, which is really interesting. If you guys have stopped watching, you're gonna miss it.
Master Kenway, did you find it then?
It was not the right place.
It really was, though.
The others are waiting for you.
Gentlemen, please, sit. I fear our temple was no more than a painted cave. Although it did contain precursor images and script, which means we are close.
Not close enough, it seems.
We need to redouble our efforts and expand our order and establish a permanent base here. Although the site eludes us, I am confident we will find it.
Truth.
Hear, hear.
Furthermore, I believe it is time we welcome Charles into our fold. He has proven himself a loyal disciple and served unerringly since the day he came to us. He should be able to share in our knowledge and reap all the benefits that such a gift implies. Are any opposed? Very well. Charles, come, stand. Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order and all that for which we stand?
I do.
And never to share our secrets nor divulge the true nature of our work?
I do.
And to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
Then we welcome you into our fold, brother. Together, we will usher in the dawn of a new world, one defined by purpose and order. Give me your hand. You are a Templar. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
What?
Wait, what?
Mind blown. Now we know why Charles Lee, who ends up being quite a little bit of a douchebag during the Revolutionary War, is our little sidekick during all this. We'll learn a little bit more about Charles Lee and why I say he's a bit of a douchebag in future videos. Until then, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye.